And this is my cycling warm-up just to warm up the legs. I'll either do that or I'll do some rowing, which will just activate some of the muscles, especially in the posterior chain, and get my heart rate going a little bit, get some blood flow going. After that, I'll start with some leg swings. Notice I'm really letting the leg just freely swing back and forth, getting a stretch on the posterior side, on the back side, as well as on the front side as my leg swings back. After that, I'll tend to switch over to about 45 degrees and get a little bit more of an angle on the outside of the leg as it comes forward and more on the inside of the thigh as I go back. Here you see I'm raising up my knee, getting a little bit more of a upper hamstring stretch, and then I'll do kind of a catch and release quad stretch as I just smoothly transition from one direction to another, just opening up the hip joint and getting a dynamic stretch on some of the leg muscles. Then I'll turn sideways and I'll really swing the leg and get the full adductor stretch and abductor lateral side. After that, I'll go through some spinal rotations. Here, the pelvis and low back really start to open up. And I do also get some hamstring and adductor stretch in this lunging position. I'll switch legs, oftentimes doing anywhere from 5 to 10 on each side. After that, I'll do some arm swings. Right now it's just half arm swings back and forth. Then I'll do like a 1.5 going all the way around, just loosening up the shoulder joint. Here I also try to focus on stabilizing my shoulder blade, the scapula, as the arm comes around. Again, I'll do both sides, about 5 to 10 on each side. After that, I'll start doing some arm raises with the dowel into full shoulder scapular dislocates, focusing on scapular control and rotation of the shoulder joint around the whole range of motion. From here, I'll go into some internal and external rotation movements and some behind the neck presses. This really kind of wakes up the rotator cuff and the shoulder and starts to activate all those muscles. From here, I'll just go into some spinal twists again, just dynamically rotating the body. And I'll try to stay in neutral position as I change angles and complete rotations from multiple angles. From here, I'll take a band and I'll do some banded good mornings. I typically start with slow movements, and I'll do anywhere from 5 to 10 of these. It's important to hold the area between your sternum and your belly button tight and maintain your lower spine into a neutral position as you go lower and lower down with each rep. Once I've done about 10 reps, I'll do the lower half as kind of a pulsed rep, and that's gonna really get my hamstrings going at that time. Once I've done about 10 of those, then I do the upper half of the range of motion and focusing more on glute squeeze and glute activation. Again, I really like to have the band around the shoulders and not the neck in order to maintain core tension and not to put any strain on the neck. From here, I'll do banded pull-aparts. I'll do a series of 5 to 10 over the head to behind the neck, and then I'll move to a 45-degree angle, really focusing on scapular retraction and scapular movement. I'm not focusing on how much my arms are moving or how much my elbows are bending. Then I'll go to straight ahead, 90 degrees, and I'll usually do, again, 5 to 10 in each of the 3 ranges. From here, I'll have moderate tension on the band and I'll do external rotation pulses. And from here, I'll do behind the neck shoulder presses. That really activates those external rotators of the rotator cuff. Again, more shoulder dislocates with the band. From here, I'll move to full internal rotation and I'll do about 10 ranges of motion there. And then I go to just an internal rotation pulse and I'll do 25 to 30 of those. Very short range of motion. I find it really activates the rotator cuff, really wakes up those muscles. Then I'll go to external rotation, rotating outwards. Usually 10 full ranges of motion and then 10 pulses in that external range. Again, both sides, both directions.